I had a headache today and this has made it even worse. What's up, guys? Sorry it took me longer to get another video out. I have a lot of ideas. I'm just trying to figure out how to sort of put them together into videos so that they're not a mess. But today an article came out from Entertainment Weekly further elaborating on Suzanne Collins' prequel that's coming out this year called A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. As you guys know, I made a video expressing my opinion on it, and if you missed that video you can find it on my channel, and I think it was pretty obvious from that video that I was not happy with this decision to write more books in the world of the Hunger Games. So I want to clarify something first before I go into this article that Entertainment Weekly brought out. Some people seem to have gotten the impression from my video that I made that I did not like the Hunger Games and I was disrespecting Suzanne Collins. I'm pretty sure I clarified and made it pretty clear in my video that the Hunger Games was my gateway series that turned me into the reader I am today, and I will forever respect Suzanne Collins for writing those books that got me into reading and into books the way I am now. Anyone who knows me knew I had a massive Hunger Games phase where I was obsessed with the movies, the books, everything to do with it. And I still hold a special place in my heart for the Hunger Games series. So that's one of the major reasons that I make these videos on this new prequel, because that series meant the world to me and I feel like it's being butchered now. So it's not just hate for the sake of hate, as some people seem to have gotten the impression. I respected Suzanne Collins. I still respect her for the ability to write the books that she has done. I just don't respect her decision to write a prequel series or a prequel book or whatever it is, because it's unneeded and unnecessary. That's basically what my video on my channel before it was about. But what was this Entertainment Weekly article about? Well, this Entertainment Weekly article included an excerpt from A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, so we actually have a better idea now what the book is actually going to be about. It seems that this new novel that Suzanne Collins has written is going to follow a teenage President Snow, which I will admit is an interesting concept, but it's an unneeded concept. Reading through the excerpt, and I'll leave a link to the article itself in the description of this video so you can read it yourself and sort of come to your own conclusions. Basically what we're getting the gist of is that President Snow is saying President Snow, it's Coriolanus Snow. Coriolanus Snow is in the academy, and to get the funding he needs or something to graduate, like I'm really paraphrasing here, he is becoming a mentor for the Hunger Games. This is the 10th Hunger Games, the first Hunger Games where the mentoring program is actually taking off. So President Snow is volunteered, or he has to take part as part of his education or his academy training. And of course, which tribute does he get to mentor? District 12's girl. In my opinion, this is an obvious setup for a love story between Coriolanus Snow and whoever this District 12 girl is. And this love story will go two ways. Either this girl will win and she'll end up being the one tribute from District 12 who died before Katniss's time, or she will die and this will be the reason why President Snow became as jaded and angry as he is now, and why he is so bitter towards District 12 in particular. Neither of these are very desirable. I would prefer the former rather than the latter. I still wouldn't like the idea of this book happening, but I would endure it for the sake of the fact that it isn't just another love story, because fuck, I hate if it was just another love story. Because if this does become a story about love and shit and a capital man falling in love with a District 12 girl, and it is the reason why President Snow is as angry as he is now, I will be like 10 times 100 times more pissed off than I was when this book first got released and I thought it was just going to follow another Hunger Games with another tribute. I knew there was going to be, what's the word? There was going to be a niche of some sort. Suzanne Collins wasn't just going to release another random Hunger Games book where they're in the arena and shit gets fucked up and crap like that. Something was going to happen. There was going to be something different in this book. But I had no idea that it was going to follow President Snow, and to be completely honest, if they do turn this into what I think they're going to turn it into, Suzanne Collins is going to lose all my respect as a credible author. Because how many times has this let's give the villain a reason for being the villain bullshit has been used now? It's ridiculous. They're maleficenting this book. If this is the real reason that this book is being written, to give President Snow a reason for being as angry and as just a bastard that he was in the main Hunger Games trilogy, they're just basically feeding into the idea that all villains need to have a reason. All villains have some sort of sob story somewhere in their lifetime. As the Brooklyn Nine-Nine quote goes, cool motive, still murder. I don't give a shit why President Snow is as evil as he is now. And this is the only reason I can think of a story being written in the point of view of a young President Snow, because beyond that, what else is there to tell from his story? It's not set during his political run to be president. It's not set during when he was poisoning everybody. It's set when he's mentoring a District 12 girl. I think it screams pretty obvious what they're going to try and do here. What Suzanne is trying to do here, the story she's trying to tell, she's trying to give a reason for President Snow being the bastard that he is, or was, whatever tense you want to use for it. And it doesn't need that. President Snow doesn't need a reason to be a bastard. He just was. He was racist against the other districts. He wholeheartedly believed in the Hunger Games. He believed that the districts deserved to be in there. He believed that they deserved everything they got because of the uprising. I don't need any more reason than that. I don't want some sob story where people are expected to be like, oh my god, President Snow fell in love with a girl and she died, or whatever the fuck this is going to be. I don't care. What happened to leaving mystery in things? And while we're on that, it doesn't even need to be a mystery. Maybe President Snow was just a bastard. It happens. Bastards exist. I'm sick of us having to give a reason or try to go, well, they weren't that bad. This is what happened. There's literally a line in the article where it says, in this book, he's the hero for now. President Snow shouldn't be the hero anywhere. I don't care what he did in his childhood. I don't care who he fell in love with, who he mentored, what he did. He shouldn't be the hero of anyone's story. I don't need a book that's going to try and make me feel bad for the villain who was responsible for the murder, the prostitution, the torture, the hijacking, the mental agony of thousands of teenagers, not just adults, teenagers, kids. Rue was 11, remember? I don't need to know what his past was like. I don't need to know about his time being a mentor or his time mentoring the District 12 girl. I don't need to know that. Unless this book is going to portray him as the bastard that he is, or the beginnings of the bastard that he is, I don't want to know. And I'm not going to be picking up a copy of this book, by the way. I am not buying it because as you can tell, I'm very obviously fucked off. I might try to maybe borrow a copy of someone if I know someone who's bought it. But I'm not giving money towards this bullshit. They keep trying to do the same thing ever since the release of Wicked. Wicked is pretty much the pinpoint, the first time I can think of where they tried to pull this shit with the villain, where it's like, oh, but you don't know what went on in their personal life. And it worked for Wicked because there wasn't shit to know about the witch. There was nothing about the Wicked Witch and the Wizard of Oz. And even some bits, even then, don't make sense with Wicked, because she set the Scarecrow on fire, and if he was her boyfriend, that is very weird. So there's still things that don't add up there. But Wicked did it first, and that doesn't necessarily mean that no one else can do it, but I haven't seen it done well since then. Maleficent was just bullshit. It was just complete bullshit. That movie was just trash, and then they thought they could release a sequel, which was just trash as well. That was rubbish. And I don't think that it's going to work here either. As you can tell from this rant that I've had, we don't need to know about President Snow and his girlfriend from District 12, who probably most likely dies and is the reason that he's so angry and jaded. It's so boring and unoriginal. There's no creativity there. There's nothing new. It's just a desperate attempt to scrap together some sort of story to get another book out for the Hunger Games and to tell another story, to get more money in from the fans, from us, from you, in there. She knows you're going to buy it. Her publishing team know you're going to buy it. And of course you're going to buy it. It's the Hunger Games. It's Suzanne Collins. Why wouldn't you? You want to know more about that universe. Why? I don't know, because me personally, I liked where the series ended, and I just thought that was nice. I didn't think, ooh, I wonder what President Snow's reasoning was. I just knew he was a dick. And this book just looks like it's going to be a bastardization of everything that we read in the original trilogy, everything that we knew about President Snow. They're going to try and make us feel guilty about him and feel bad for him and think, oh, this is why he is the way he is. Nuh-uh. No, not flying with me. I don't care if his whole family died or had some sort of weird disease and they all died and he was left by himself. He fought his way through poverty and crap like that. That does not give him the excuse for all the shit he does later in life. Sure, villains have reasoning. Villains have a warped view of the world and think that they're right. But that doesn't mean you need to write some sad little story to justify their warped view or justify what they thought was right. My dog can tell that I'm angry. Oh, I can't keep going on. I'm not going to keep going on, because if I just keep going on, then I'm just going to be repeating myself, and I think you kind of get the idea. If I'm wrong about this book, I will hold my hands up. I will hold both my hands up and say I was wrong, because I fully believe in admitting that you're wrong, especially when you declare it so angrily on YouTube. If I'm wrong, then I will hold my hands up and admit that I'm wrong, but I've got a really funny feeling just from this excerpt that I'm not. No. So, what do you guys think? Have you read the excerpt? If not, I'm leaving it in the description below. Tell me what you think. What's your opinion on this route for the prequel? Like, comment, subscribe, start a debate with me. If you have any other opinions, think I'm wrong, think I'm right, let me know below. Buy my book, check it out. Let me know what you think of that. And I'll see you next time, guys. And I'm just fed up.